Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and welcome to another speed build. In today's video we're going to be building an apartment for a sim who's like in university. He got like a soccer athletic scholarship and like has a decent amount of money, maybe came from rich parents. It ends up being a really cute apartment that like I would live in, and it is Penny Pizzazz's old apartment. So it's going to be fun. I really like how this one turned out and the whole style of it is chef's kiss. I really enjoy it. I love decorating apartments and you guys seem to enjoy them too. Before we jump into that, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below, as well as give this video a thumbs up because it really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Now let's just jump into the speed build. Surprisingly, Penny Pizzazz's apartment is one of my favorites to decorate, but I don't like decorating it in the style that like I feel like Penny Pizzazz deserves. I honestly believe that she deserves a bigger apartment that's like more fancy and like has more windows and just like a grand kitchen and a huge bathroom. I just think that she should be like some beautiful, wonderful, crazy, rich person. I don't know. For some reason, she'd like her name and like her life just don't match for me. I think she needs like a full makeover, full apartment makeover, maybe even a brand new apartment entirely, and it would make me just a little bit happier with how she is portrayed in The Sims 4, but that's fine. That's not, anyway. So this apartment ends up having a brick wall in the kitchen, and I honestly love how this kitchen turned out. It makes me feel very warm and fuzzy, and I would totally live here if I was living alone. I don't think I could live in a studio apartment with another human. My apartment now is like a 2.5 bedroom, so we can both have our own offices, and I don't think we could do a studio. I think if we had to, we could make it work, but like this wouldn't be happening if it was a studio apartment. So it's like, interesting, very interesting. How do you live in a studio with another person? If you do, let me know how it goes down below, because I'm like, that would be too much of people in my space. I need to be able to retreat and read a book. I've been reading so much lately. We're just decorating a kitchen right now, so like you've seen a million kitchens before. We'll talk about it after. But I've been reading so much lately. I'm really into like random books that I find on Book Talk, and then I discovered Colleen Hoover on Book Talk because she's literally like always talking random things on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, she seems funny. I bet she would have a writing style that's easy to read and I could enjoy. Yeah. I ended up reading It Ends With Us. I loved it. So then I ordered 5 more books. One of them doesn't come out until next year. So 4 more books, and I've already finished another one. I think I read Regretting You is the one I finished, and now I'm reading Verity, and I'm so excited. So if you have any suggestions of books that are similar to those, if you are a reader, I know that a lot of you are, please let me know what you think in the comments, like what kind of books you like, what kind of books you think I would like based on those books. I love her writing style. It's so easy to read. Anyway, back to the build. I can't stop thinking about the books I'm reading, so I talk about them a lot. I really wanted to like clutter this up, but not in a way that felt like too much. So I really wanted the sim to feel pretty like suave, like they would bring back romantic interests to their apartment and be like, I'm gonna cook you dinner. So they have like the nice utensils, nice knives, salt and pepper, cookbooks, like they're just trying to impress somebody, and there's cleaning supplies so you know it's a clean kitchen. Because honestly, some men are disgusting. I don't even feel bad saying that. Like, there's some pretty nasty apartments out there, but this one's very fancy. I feel like this person has enough money that they like hire a maid to like come and make sure that their apartment's clean because they're really busy. So they're in school. Okay. I always put too much thought. If you've never been to a speed build of mine before, I put way too much thought into the actual characters that live in these homes as I'm decorating them. So this is like a kid. He's only like 18, but he came from like a rich family. And he played soccer all his life. His dad always wanted him to be on a soccer team at the college that his dad went to. So, you know, he's a legacy kid, so he's got a little bit of like clout in his university. And then he gets a scholarship. So he's going to school and he's playing on the soccer team and he has a scholarship and he's like kind of a big deal. And he ended up, his dad just like bought him this apartment in the city and like was like, yep, you're going to school. I'm going to buy you an apartment. It's going to be small, but it's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to furnish it perfectly the way that you would want it to be furnished, and it's going to be the most beautiful place you've ever seen. And everything is very like calm colors. I find it very calming in this apartment. Considering it's a studio, it doesn't even feel too cluttered, but there ends up being a little dining room. We get a desk in there, we get a little living room, and of course a little bedroom area with like a bookshelf. It ends up being super duper cute, and I think that all the stuff that's in it like works really well together, and you can tell that it was like furnished not by the person that lives here. You know what I mean? Like it's too well, I feel like I'm like hyping myself up. It's too like well thought out for this 18-year-old boy. I've been in a couple 18-year-old boys' apartments back in the day. Jeez, I was 18 like 9 years ago. I'm old now. But I've been in a couple like 18-year-old boy homes, and they're always like thrifted furniture. Like no shame in that game, but like it's never fancy. It's never like well thought out and like well decorated, unless these people have money and parents to do that for them. So never seen that in my time, but like you'd have definitely some like mismatched furniture, at least one table being held up by a book. It's just a thing. You know, college students are broke most of the time. Not this kid. Not this kid. This kid's got money. This kid has a future. This kid is going to be playing soccer. But I wanted to add some kind of desk that like matched the wood tones kind of like and matched the kitchen. I couldn't really find one. This Discovery University one like worked well because it has all the books and like the little binders and stuff. So I just felt like it suited them. And then you have those posters above it, which I really, really enjoy. And honestly, Dream Home Decorator may be my favorite pack for clutter now because we get those boxes, we get those little shoes. There's so many like cute little clutter objects that I'm like, yeah, these are good. This is good stuff. And the rest of the actual gameplay of the pack, trash. I mentioned in a past video that I think it should have been a stuff pack just called Dream Home Decorations. And like, that was it. That should have been the whole thing. No gameplay, just stuff pack. And it would have been a really good stuff pack. Like, the amount of stuff in that pack would have been wonderful and they wouldn't have had to add any actual gameplay. Like, if they would have just had the sectionals. Anyway, we've already talked about that in a previous video, but I think it should have been Dream Home Decorations and been a stuff pack, and it would have been one of the best ones ever. But that's not the direction that they went, and that's what we have to deal with now. But that's okay. I wanted to add that little tiny living TV in the living space, because there's so many windows that I feel like you don't want to block a window with, like, a TV unit, because these windows are beautiful. Like, I would hate to have a window in my apartment blocked with a TV unit, so I was like, okay, I could fit that little tiny living one on the wall in the middle, which is also a bookcase, and it is also a stereo. That's honestly a great object to have in a home. I'm just realizing that now, except it is annoying because the Sims will turn on the radio all the time, and I never realize that it's on because I think it's just a TV when I'm playing, and then I'm like, why can't they sleep? It's because they have the radio on. But that's fine. It's fine. I actually used quite a bit of Dream Home Decorator in this pack because we have the chairs there, the chair in the living room, the little table in the living room. I like it a lot. It's a good one. It's good stuff. And then I added that like signed jersey. I think it's supposed to be like a basketball jersey, but in my mind, it was like a sleeveless soccer jersey. I think there actually is a soccer one in the game. I might be mistaken. I should have used that instead because he's a soccer player. But maybe he really likes watching basketball and that's just like his thing. I was going to cover up part of the windows with curtains and then I was like, these are beautiful windows and like, who cares if someone sees your butt as you walk through your apartment? Honestly, okay. Sitting where I am right in this moment, I can see an entire apartment building. And it's like a really tall apartment building and I can see a lot of people and I often do see people while I'm working standing near their windows naked. And I don't know if they like are aware of it or if it's just like, oh, an accident and then you accidentally see something. But like there's one person who every time I'm working, they're walking by their windows and I'm like, they know that people can see them. I feel like they enjoy this. You know, it's a little bit weird, but like it makes me laugh every time. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's probably like clips of me and like recording videos being like, oh, naked person, nice. Like, anyway, we're moving on to the bedroom area of this build. Sometimes when I record these voiceovers, I'm like, Taylor, what are you even saying? What are you even doing? Are you okay? And usually the answer is no. Huh. I'm a little bit wild up in there, but that's okay. So I wanted to go with this, once again, Dream Home Decorator bed because Dream Home Decorator is gorgeous and add a little rug, and I think I ended up changing it from the white wall to another brick wall to kind of like bring in the brick from the other part. Now brick walls on these walls don't really make sense, so they're obviously like faux brick walls because they are interior walls instead of exterior walls, so they're fake brick, which is still fun, still beautiful. And then I added that little gallery wall section above it, and I just think that that ended up looking really cute. And the snowy escape shelf, I feel like it just all meshed well together. I also almost forgot to decorate the bathroom in this apartment because I was like, oh, bathroom. The whole time I was like, gotta make sure to do the bathroom. Bathrooms are so boring to decorate in The Sims. And I wanted to make sure to have a bike in the apartment because honestly, that's a thing a lot of university students would have because like there's nowhere else to put your bike. A lot of the time you can like have it outside, but people might steal it. So you just like bring it inside, you know? It's good times. Bring it up to your apartment, big pain in the butt. As someone who lives in an apartment, it's a big pain in the butt to bring anything up, but that's okay. I wanted to have, like, I just wanted this place to feel homey, but I didn't want it to have a ton of plants that, like, would need to be taken care of. So there's, like, a cactus, I think, and, like, succulent-like plants, and, like, those little things by the bed, but nothing that is, like, you would have to water this and make sure it doesn't die, because I can't even take care of plants. People are like, why don't you want kids? And I'm like, I couldn't keep a plant alive. Why would you trust me with a human? So sometimes I can't even keep myself alive. It's amazing that I eat 3 meals a day. Genuinely surprising. But I added that tiny living dresser because I was like, oh, I didn't add a dresser. Even though, like, dressers aren't really necessary in The Sims 4. But I always feel like I have to have one. But they aren't necessary at all. I kind of wish they were. I kind of wish you had to have a dresser in the game. Anyway, sometimes I just ramble and have no idea what I'm even saying, but it's fun. It keeps it interesting. But anyways, guys, we are coming to the end of the video. Decorating the bathroom, always the most fun part. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I make videos like this, I make other Sims videos, and sometimes I make a bunch of Sims YouTubers have a murder holiday, and those are things that I enjoy. So I really hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody!